that's kind of the memory keeping side of things. This is one I have, so this is like my spiritual journal, like for doing like 30 days of goddess, or like writing prayers or affirmations. I decorated this, so this is a Hobonichi cousin. It's the one where it's January to June, so it's 6 months. And I just try and work in this. I haven't really set up the journal or anything properly. I have like some washi tape on this card, but I did have some stuff in here and like a little folder with like ephemera bits to use, because I use this quite, like, it's predominantly collage. There is some watercolour, there's some drawing and writing and stuff, but what I've actually done now, I'll just grab it, is I have that in this box, because I have quite a lot of, I'm part of Molly Reamer, or like Bridget's Grove's Patreon, their Goddess Circle Patreon, and you get a lot of resources with that. So these are all like prayer cards and like affirmations, messages. They're really cute. I print them out super small because obviously it's a small journal. So I have a big stack of these. They're all printed on sticker paper. Got some like stickers of goddesses. So these are great, and it's really nice to just take like 5, 10, 20 minutes, however long you've got, to just get into that like sacred space, connect with, you know, whatever it is you want to connect with. And I see this as like a big part of my self-care. This is my granny's as well, so you know, this connects me to her and like my maternal lineage and ancestors, so that feels special to use that. And then this is like a completely no judgment area. I don't worry about things looking pretty. Most of the time they do look pretty, in my opinion, because I've used like the nice cards from Molly, and like ephemera that makes me feel good, colours that make me feel good. This is a deeply personal practice, so I am not going to share this. Apologies if that's disappointing, but I feel like there are some things that, you know, are fine not being shared. But I wanted to share with you like the concept behind this journal, and part of me wishes that I'd got the Hobonichi, the one where it's the whole year, because I love the idea of having one sacred vessel for the year of all of my spiritual work, but I love a collage, and 2 months in she's getting chunky, so I think it would be too unwieldy. I'm notoriously bad with Hobonichis anyway. I find that I have to cut them in half because I fill them up too much, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. This sticker was from Molly as well, from the Bridget Grove, Molly and Mark, because her husband also runs the business, but this was from their Etsy shop, and this was from a book by Katie Daisy, and this is one of her illustrations. I just tore the page out, stuck it down. But yeah, so this is, I love this little book, and it is quite interesting. I bought the Hobonichi cousin really just because of FOMO. It's bad, isn't it? I just wanted a Hobonichi cousin, and they're very expensive. I don't think I will buy one for next year, but I mean, Emily in February is very different from Emily in September, October, November, you know, so who knows? Because, you know, there's a lot of space where there's stuff on it, like there's the quotes, there's the stuff down the side, so it can be a bit annoying. However, the paper is really nice. It's lovely with watercolour on when I actually do watercolour on, but it's also really nice to draw on, to write on. It feels nice. It does bulk up well. Like, you know, you can bulk it up because the paper's really thin. And also the fact that I had spent a lot of money on this journal meant that I made myself return and use it even when I didn't feel like it. Because I was like, no, you've bought this, you've paid good money for this, flipping use it. It's dated, so you've got, I was like, I'm not going to share this. That was an accident. But this is a page where there's not really anything on here yet. I haven't done too much on here. And it's dated, so it kind of keeps you accountable as well, which is cool. So yeah, that's my spiritual journal. On to the next tiny lilac journal. Yes, I am obsessed and I do not care. This is my kind of everyday carry. I got this journal cover years ago, I think from like a scrapbooking website. I think, is this a passport size? I think so. This is A6. So I think there's a slight difference. Oh, they're so chunky, I love them. Anyway, this tab says be grateful. Again, reminders of that gratitude practice. And this is like a suede, and I love the feel of it, and I love how chunky this is. So this is my book that I just kind of carry around everywhere. I, you know, take this in my handbag when I go out. And I've got a Galen leather pen case. This was sent as a freebie for that journal cover I got. Gorgeous, and my favourite colour. And this has my favourite pen in, which is a handmade olive wood pen that I got in Greece, which is where I got engaged. And it's a biro, which is handy, so it writes on everything and you don't need to wait for it to dry, like ink pens and stuff. So I love this pen, and this is like the perfect little house for it. And that just, I just have that on the side. Sometimes I will take this out and just put the pen in the pen loop on the journal cover, or I'll have it like that. This is just I was just using this pen, so I just stuck it in there. And then I've got 3 journals in here. So these 2 I made, and I did, on New Year's Day, I did a year ahead card reading where I did a huge card spread of like vibes, energy, themes of 2023. And I wanted a place to document that, to research the different cards, to reflect on the card reading. And so I made these 2 little journals. I could have made one, I guess, but my mind was I can always put the first half into storage or something if I want to, after the you know, after we've passed that time or whatever. And then what I did was, so I just pulled out, I'll just take this out of the thing. I pulled out, I tore up magazine pages, and this is from a magazine, like a home decor magazine, and the papers are matte. And then I just really, no rhyme or reason to the pages, I tried to get ones that had like fairly neutral backgrounds, and then I did a simple pamphlet stitch. I used sticker letters from my sticker books, and this says year ahead part 1, and then I put holographic tacky back over the top, and then I took photos of all of the cards that I pulled and I printed them out on sticker paper, put them in, and put like what you know, this is my animal and plant guide for 2023, the frog and the lotus, the keyword, kind of a little title of what it means, and then kind of some journaling prompts. So like, what in my life needs changing, how can I be more accepting of change I cannot control. So this was from like the little white book. And then I just went through and did that for all the cards. I'm not finished, I've not finished doing this. This is an ongoing thing. So this card, for example, was something that is applicable the whole year, and I just haven't got round to like kind of researching this card a bit more. This is something that I pick up, like, you know, if I'm on a train journey, or if I I'm feeling a bit low energy, or if I'm in like a research mood, or I just want to do some journaling, that sort of thing. So this is really fun. I put where I went through and used a giant Posca pen, the ones like the chisel tip. I think it's like the 17 size, and did this so then I could write over the top. I ran out of paint in the Posca pen after a while, so I just switched to white gouache, and I was super impatient because it's like I needed to make this journal immediately when I had the idea, so I used a heat gun to dry everything, and it made it really like crinkly, which I love. It just feels really good in my hands. So that's the first half of the year, and that's the second one. Just a little close up. I really like how the words like flow into each other. And then this is a little daily diary Moleskine that I picked up. I wasn't planning on getting this, and I just saw it in the shop. I got it from TK Maxx and it was $3.99, and Moleskine journals are expensive. It was the only one on the shelf. It wasn't even in the book section, it was in a random section. It's like someone had picked it up and put it down, and I just had this feeling, I was like, I need this journal, so I got it. And this is my ideas book, or like my notes book. So I just carry this around with me, and instead of previously what I would do if I had an idea or something I wanted to remember or something to write down, I would put it on my keep notes on my phone. I want to get back into more kind of journaling, and I just wanted to have this as a little time capsule for 2023 of, you know, what would maybe before live in my phone on paper. We've got a cute sticker that I got from Society 6 when I was ordering some artwork. Little ghosties with like a maypole. I can't remember who the artist is, I'm sorry. And then I haven't been keeping to this like date on the days, or I just open up a random page, because I started this like in January as well, so but yeah, it's got stuff like tarot notes, quotes, swatches, just like kind of statements, ideas for things, notes from videos I've watched, a dream entry, to be read list, ideas, rituals. This was a note from a book I was reading. So yeah, it's just like a scratch pad, and I love it. And there's no decoration, just a black pen. Away we go. So yeah, that's my little everyday carry. Yep. Still trying to work out the best way for slotting that in. There we go. Voila. Okay, we're doing well, we're doing well. What is next? Let's do writing journals, and then for last we'll do all the fun art stuff. So these are a mix of writing journals and research journals. This is just my kind of pretty notebook. I got this in Scotland and started off as a travel journal, and then became like morning pages. I haven't done anything in this year yet, but I want this to be like a morning pages journal, or just like when I want to write. So yeah, that is this one. Very beautiful otter. This, again, I started this last year. This is my, this originally was going to be for doing a year and a day, like Wicca studies, but I kind of just stopped doing it. So I'd only done like 4 or 5 pages, so I just pulled them out, tore them out. And this is my research journal for colour weaving the wheel, which is a year-long practice I started last year, got too busy with other things, and abandoned, and I'm picking back up this year, and that is an exploration of the wheel of the year, and colour magic, chaos magic, all those good things. So this is to house my notes and research for that. And I started this last September looking at Mabon and blue colour magic, and that's all I've done. But I'm about to start this today to start exploring Ostara, which is the next Sabbath coming up. And yeah, just going to use this to put in research notes, which I'll then transfer to my grimoire, which I will show you in a second. Someone asked for a flip of my like messy grimoire, or like my notebook. I think I must have mentioned that I had an additional book that I wrote like research notes or something like that in. But that is this book. This is my spiritual studies book. It's a big Moleskine book, and this is where I put like tarot readings, research. It's a spiritual studies book. It's different from this book. This is more of like a spiritual practice. Whereas this is like, I don't know, they feel different. They have different vibes, different intentions for me. Because it's like, and it's also got like spiritual courses and stuff. So I've been slowly working my way through Letitia Casano's Mandalas of Transformation course. So this is like printouts from that, journaling. I set up pages, so when I want to return to this, I've got it all set up, ready to go. I've got like sketches, ideas, things set up, so things that I want to research, things that I want to learn more about. Readings that I forgot to print out the card spread, but I'll stick that in there. You know, this is like a reference of like different like goddesses or statues that I might want to like draw from, inspiration from, for like poses, clothes, positions. That was that big year ahead card reading I did that I have the small journals for. This I've got, I've left blank because I've got a printout of the template of the reading. This was like by, originally by BJ Witchcraft, and then Dunsmore Crane. I kind of jigged it up a bit. But you can see it's pretty messy. This is a spread from V, Dunsmore Crane, from her Patreon. More of that mandalas class. And now like some research on Queen of Wands. A sketch. So yeah, it's pretty random. I did have a load of stuff tucked in here, but as I was drawing in it, it kind of got annoying, so I stopped. I just took them out and put them in another folder for now. But I love this because the paper is great to write on. I love that it's creamy and it's soft cover, so you can just, you know, flip it like that. It's quite light as well for now. And, you know, I've got a lot of space in here, so I do really want to get another Galen leather cover. My camera overheated. Yeah, I do want to get a Galen leather cover for this. Obviously it's a bigger book. I think this is roughly B5 size. This is A5. You can see the difference there. But yeah, obviously it's a bigger book, so it's more expensive. So I'm just, you know, saving up for that. But yeah, that's my kind of messy journal, my study journal. And now last but not least, we're on to the art journals, the art grimoires, the art books. Oh yeah. If I was sensible, I would have split this up into several different videos, but we'll see. We'll see how long it is. Maybe I will. So these are all my like art grimoires, art journals that I'm using so far this year. Like obviously I'll make more or things will change. We'll start at the top. I'll work our way through. Oh, heavy. This is my newest one, and I started this yesterday. This is a little journal that Corrigan the Crone, also known as Corrigan Moon Leopard on Instagram, made. She sent me an amazing box of Art Witch goodies. We did like a little Art Witch ephemera swap because we were both decluttering our studios, and it's stunning. And you'll have seen from my spiritual studies journal, I'm currently researching the Queen of Wands. I'm feeling really connected to that archetype at the moment, and immediately I was like, okay, this is going to be a dedicated deep dive study journal for the Queen of Wands, because it's just so cool. It's fabric. This was a load of ephemera that she also sent me from like one of her Art Witch ephemera kits. I just picked out ones in like the colour scheme I was wanting to use. I haven't done too much yet, but here's like a title page. I've been really enjoying reading Mary Greer's Tarot for Yourself. I've had that book for a couple of years and it's great to dip into, and I'm really loving at the back there's like affirmations for all of the cards in the tarot. And this was the Queen of Wands. I recognise my self-potential and my ability to manifest my desires. This is like a gold vellum, and this is watercolour. It's 2 watercolours actually. And that's pretty much what I've done so far. Oh, no I haven't, I've done, tell a lie. I was doing this morning, so I can't believe I've forgotten already. This piece of paper folded out, but I've just put some double-sided tape to make a pocket, and I went through some of my tarot decks and pulled out the different Queen of Wands. I'm going to scan them in and print them out and put them in here just as like a reference, and I've also listed out different names for the Queen of Wands. So we've got like Queen of Wands, Goddess of Feathers, Lady of Wands, the Hermetic Tarot, I love this name, Queen of the Thrones of Flame. Oh, amazing. This was also from Corrigan, this little black cat, and I just put done some writing about what the black cat like symbolises on the traditional depiction. And that's it so far. But I figured this is like the perfect size for like a little study journal, little exploration. And then I might, because it's quite thin, I might actually put this in my main big art grimoire, or just have it as its own separate thing. But yeah, that's the first one. And I'll share when that's all finished. This little art grimoire I made I got this in Bali on my honeymoon, and it was like a photo album. It was, the binding was here, and so it opened like that, and I just changed it into a Coptic bound one. I painted this gold. I also used varnish to like protect the leaves a little bit more, and added this ribbon and this ribbon because it was like just a sort of string that was the closure before, and I added this mushroom oh no, that's the first page. I added this mushroom paper from a Katie Daisy book as well, and then this is just a nice cute little art grimoire that I've been working in, but at the moment I've stopped working in this to work in my big grimoire because that's what's been really calling to me. But yeah, this is just, I've done a couple of pages in here. This was from Grimoire 52, which is an art like community on Instagram from La Green Witch, Dancemore Crane and Megan the Moon. This was from Dancemore Crane's Patreon, exploring like the labyrinth and Hecate, Persephone and Lilith. And I did make, for here I'm going to put some journaling about those goddesses, but I just haven't got around to that yet. This was another prompt for Grimoire 52. Very sparkly. And I think that is it. Oh, the pages have stuck together a little bit there. Yeah, so I've still got lots of room to play, and I really love this journal, so I know I'm going to pick it back up when I want to work a bit smaller. That is my first art grimoire. definitely more like on the art side of things and like doing art witchy stuff rather than like collating information. This is my colour weaving the wheel grimoire that I mentioned. So I made this last year, and this is exploring each of the sabbats. This is inspired by Chaos Craft, which is a book by Julian Vane and Steve D, and it really deeply influenced my practice, and I love it. So this is Coptic bound, and it has these signatures, 8 signatures that represent a sabbat for each of the wheels of the year. And I did a flip on my in bulk pages for February, and like the in bulk pages and exploring the colour green. So I won't do a flip now because I've already done one. But I've got orange and Ostara, and I've just gathered together different pieces of paper that like have orange in. These were just when I was decluttering, I just kind of stuck stuff in as well that I thought would work with it, like kind of Easter cards, rabbits, hares. And then in the centre of each signature I've got some cardi cotton rag paper, because I wanted to create at least one like piece of art like honouring the sabbat, the colour. I started this last March, April time, but as I mentioned, I just got too busy, so I abandoned it. I feel really bad that I abandoned this painting because I really love where it's going, so I'm definitely going to try and finish this. This is Diana of Ephesius. And what I've done is, because a lot of these papers like collaged and glossy, like book pages, I've put matte medium over the top to have like a bit of a nice surface to work on. This is Beltane and purple, and I've got you know, bits and bobs that I've kind of put in last year that I wanted to include. This is like a cheat sheet, so I've made a series of cheat sheets for the sabbats. Yeah, I really love this journal. I had loads of fun putting it together, picking the papers. Originally this was going to be an art course, an art class. But I just decided I didn't want to make content for like an art class at this stage of my life. I just want to explore it myself, you know. Litha and yellow. It's gorgeous. Red for Lammas or Lunasa. That's amazing. That's really cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to picking this back up. Filling this up. She's already really thick and chunky, so... battery died, so I had to change it. Yeah, we'll see how this goes with bulking out even more. But yeah, this was really fun to make. So I definitely do want to work in this year. Samhain and black. And then Yule, the colour was Octarine, and I've chosen to do that as like holographic and like yellow, purple, green, which is pretty fun. Yeah, so this is my... Oh, and this is like stuff I've collected for Ostara already. So I have like an Easter card, some ideas of stuff I wanted to explore, some stickers, tissue paper, bits and bobs. So yeah, I'm gonna start picking that up now to do this section in, and yeah, hopefully I can keep this up. But yeah, really big and heavy. I used a book, an old book on British trees to make the cover. It's quite thick. But yeah, that is that one. I'll do this one quickly. This is a secret grimoire for something I'm manifesting at the moment, so I'm not going to share any information about this. Sorry, I bet that's really annoying. I just wanted to include this just to share, like, you know, what I'm working in this year. So this is a vintage book that I picked up from the charity shop, Flowers of the Countryside, and then gutted and rebound with 2 signatures. I used some of the pages from the book because there are loads of beautiful floral illustrations, and then other like old book pages, art papers, that sort of thing. And I just loved, there was a dust cover over this, and I just loved this this gold like poppy on the front, just really pretty. So yeah, I'm working in this. This is a mixture of art witch stuff, magic stuff. When this has been completed and I feel like comfortable, I probably will share it. But for now, it's a no camera secret grimoire. But this is something I'm working in. This is more of, I would say, like a traditional art journal, less kind of witchy. I picked up this book from the charity shop I think last year, might even have been 2021. But this was just an art book on the artist Cupka, not too sure how you say that. I really liked the feel of the front cover, and you can see I've just written Emily and Cupka because it's just an altered book I've been working in. I just find this really inspiring, and I just riff off like what's already on the page. It's really fun to get kind of abstract with. But yeah, it's just a really cool book. The paper's really thick and matte. It's quite like absorbent. As you can see, stuff does like leak through. I don't mind. So yeah, it's just kind of a collaboration between me and Koopa. So there's a lot of pages still to work in, but you can see I'll like pick like colours that match or like go with what's already on the page or like the patterns and just kind of explore from there. Lots of glitter on this one. Yeah, I think that's what I've done in here so far. Yeah. So yeah, this is a fun one. I really like the size and shape of it as well. Yeah, it's just cool. It's a nice sorted book I'm working in. And then last but not least, my big book of magic. This won't even fit on the camera. She's a big one. This was an Encyclopedia of Magic and Superstition. I got this from the charity shop for £1, and there was a dust cover on that just like was kind of a nothing picture. I think it was just of like a lady like in like a voodoo ceremony or something. It wasn't, you know, super inspiring. I had no idea that underneath it was this amazing cover. So cool. Just stunning. And I actually got it to have as collage fodder because there were loads of cool pictures in and loads of photos all about like magic and the occult and stuff. I really was feeling the urge to work big, and so I gutted the book and rebound it with 3 signatures. One signature, oh, I have some bits of paper for, because, you know, it's a journal I own, so there's random bits of paper in it. So I did 3 signatures with card cardi paper, cotton rag paper, 3 signatures with just like mixed media like card, and then a signature with Midori paper, which is that really thin, very similar to Tomo River paper. Very thin, takes watercolour amazingly. This was actually from another journal I had made, like a folio style journal that had stuff from Art Witch Academy in, but I just wasn't using that journal, and obviously Art Witch Academy closed, and I felt like I wasn't using it, but I wanted to use the papers. You know, this paper's expensive, so I rebound it in here. So there's a couple of bits of art that I created already in here, which is fine. Like, this was I did one of my own classes, which was embodying the Empress, and this was exploring the Tower card last year. I've not actually finished this, but I mean, it's finished for now. And then yeah, this is like my art grimoire. I covered the inside cover with black gesso, and then just spent some time using metallic watercolours to make this cool cover, inside cover. It's just a very simple pamphlet stitch. The thread's already loose as well, oops. And there's a lot of room to grow. So I'm really enjoying working in this. And I just pick a page, you know, there's no rhyme or reason to where I'm doing it. And I like that there's 3 different types of paper, so whatever kind of medium I want to use, you know, it's going to be fine. So I'll show you what I've done so far. I've got this, and you can, it's really hard to get on camera. I can't zoom out anymore, but you get the gist. This was exploring the menstrual cycle and like a little blood moon goddess that I painted. And this is watercolours, and then outlined in like with coloured pencil shading. I did black gouache, acrylic gouache on the background, and then my favourite liquid metal, is that gonna focus? Liquid metal acrylic ink by C. Robertson in Regency Gold. And then this is like the different phases of the menstrual cycle and like kind of keywords for it, the kind of energy phase it's in. It's something that I'm leaning into quite a lot at the moment. But yeah, I really like this page. This was very fun to do. I did this over a couple of days. And these papers are A3. This is A3 size. So one of these is A4, which is like slightly bigger than US letter size. So that gives you an idea for the size of things. A6 notebook, yeah, you can see I go from one extreme to the other. And then there's I've just kept the threads in here. I really like this kind of sickly yellow green. It's a really cool colour. Here is exploring the Wanderer of Stones, also known as the Knight of Pentacles, which was my card energy vibe for January, mashed up with my Sacred Heart prompt for Grimoire 52, and a bit of a love letter to V, because I feel like this is very her style with the ribs. But I've got a quote here: "Stop the flow of your words, open the window of your heart and let the spirit speak." That's by Rumi. And then that opens up to show the treasure, the heart. We've got a dragon, an earth dragon, and this is information about that card. And so this is acrylic gouache on the background, and then I just wrote on it in ink pen. And I really like this, like having a mix of the art and then the kind of research, and this is really fun. I definitely like this vibe for this book. So yeah, really enjoying this. And then on the next spread we've got, this was another Grimoire 52 spread, plus the new moon in Aquarius. I did this as like a little art ritual. There's like wishes that I've written down under this gold moon. I've then painted gold, and then like a sort of mantra affirmation kind of summing up this, and this was very, this is all done in pen, in Posca pen, so it's very meditative. And their dresses actually are in, what's the word, glow in the dark, like acrylic paint, which is cool. They do actually glow in the dark. And this says, weaving connections and planting seeds in these neon dreams, I make a wish. So it's kind of a little art witch spell. That's it for that bit. And this card, I just got like a big pack from WH Smith, and it's just good for like general mixed media. And then on here, I started this spread on Valentine's Day, just like a self-love spread, which I need to do like the writing and stuff, and like affirmations that I cut out from a magazine. This was from a magazine as well. This was from Spirit and Destiny magazine. This was me on my wedding day. And that's it. But you can see where there's collage. I don't know if you can actually. Maybe you can. There's like ghosting of the back of the collage. So this is more, I mean, so far the spreads I've done in here have been a mix of collage and painting. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that is this book so far. Absolutely love it. Really, really enjoying working in this book. And I have loads more spreads, like ideas for spreads that I want to do in here. Yeah, that is everything. I feel like I've been talking for over an hour, so we'll see how long this video actually is. If it seems crazy long, I will split it in 2 parts. I feel like, well, I was going to say I feel like most people would want to see the art journal bits, so they might be annoyed if that's like a coming soon one. I'm just thinking if that little one fits in here. That does fit in quite nicely. I might make a pocket that I can stick that in. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me on this tour of all of the journals I am using for 2023. I hope you've enjoyed it. I would love to hear if you're using similar journals. Are you a one book journaler? Yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this, and I'll see you again soon for another video. If you want to connect with me on Instagram, my handle is Fern and Oak Art with a dot in between each one. Okay, thank you, bye!